Hi, this is James Eng of Old Capital, and I am here with Tony from SAS. Hey, Tony, welcome to the show. Thanks for jumping on. Maybe to kick it off, give people a little bit of your background, and then we will jump into what SAS does.
Awesome. Well, thanks, James, for inviting me. I'm super excited. Talk some potties with you, and I've been in the water conservation industry for about 6 years. I started off working for actually the manufacturer of the products that we implement on properties. And the last 3 years, I was introduced to the multifamily space, which has been awesome. Been love working with owners and investors in the industry to help them reduce bills and, also overall reduce water consumption, which, is one of the end goals there as well.
So maybe give people an idea of sort of what you guys do, right? Because let's say a general partner is just getting started in the business and they're looking at their first, let's say 200 unit deal or 100 unit deal. Like, when do they call you? And then what do you guys do?
Yeah, for sure. So essentially, we're trying to be, more of a partner and consultant. So I would highly recommend to reach out to us here at SAS at any part of the deal stage. So whether you're underwriting a new deal, which I know many investors probably underwrite, 30 to 40 a month, we want to be that resource for you, because not only does it help you when you're submitting an offer in a very competitive market as of late, we could give you an idea of what those estimated costs are, and also what does the asset value improvement look like, what are the annual savings, and how much we can reduce from the T12 water and sewer expenses. So, I highly recommend at the very initial stage just to reach out to us. It doesn't cost anything. We typically get it back in the same day, where we could give you those high level analysis. But, even if you own a property currently and you have over $500 per unit annually in costs of water and sewer, definitely reach out, because those are, some indicators that there may be some inefficiencies, which we could take a deeper look into.
All right, so I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna pull up some pictures.
Okay.
So a lot of
Oh
times
yeah.
you have people jump in and they want to take a look at some pictures of here. So you sent me some pictures from your phone.
Oh yeah.
Maybe give us an idea of sort of what we're looking at here.
Yeah, well, if you talk to my wife, she'll be pretty upset because I have a lot more toilet pictures on my phone than I do of her. So, but yeah, this is a classic, 1980s toilet, 3.5 gallons. You could tell on the tank lid that they may have had issues before with cracking. Obviously, if it's been there for 30, 40 years, the fixture that they use spare parts. So these are typically what we call the big Berthas. When we go into an apartment, we get super excited when we see those, because these toilets can leak up to 100 gallons per day, which you can only imagine what that would do to your bottom line, and especially when a resident doesn't report it. And even if they do report it, you're not replacing it with OEM flapper parts, and actually increases the usage. So yeah, these are the big Berthas, James.
So, all right, this is 3.5 gallon per flush, and then you said it could leak 100 gallons. Is that the 100 gallons is over how much time?
So that could be per day. It doesn't necessarily mean
It's
that
just
every
running.
one of them
Yeah.
leak at that time. So typically, when you have these older products in there, at the time they're branded to use a certain gallons per flush, but over time that actually becomes more inefficient due to different materials being, introduced into the flapper. Typically, on-site teams use more cost-effective replacement parts, which could actually increase usage of these toilets on the per flush level as well.
Okay. So we see these. Call Tony. That's step one. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go to the
Yeah.
next picture here. What do we got
Oh
here?
yeah, this is. Oh man, when I saw this at the property, I was like, oh my goodness, this was definitely a first for me. So, you can only imagine when you're flushing this toilet how long that flapper is going to stay up. Yeah,
Well, maybe,
so this
maybe,
is
maybe, maybe for us not sophisticated owners here, like what
yeah.
exactly is going on here? Are they just like pulling this, like ringing a,
Mm,
like, I don't even know where to start with this one.
yeah, maybe they repurposed part of a clothing hanger and decided that this was the best bet to continue to use their toilets. But yeah, essentially what they did here is connect it to the chain of the flapper inside the tank, so they're able to obviously flush it. I'll give them some creativity points, but I'm sure the investor or owner has no clue that their tenant MacGyvered a flush handle here.
But it
So
does look like this is a, 1.6 or 1.7 gallon American standard. So you got to give them some credit for that. But
yeah,
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 but it's
that's
probably
true.
leaking like crazy.
Well, not just that, 1.6s are actually you know, just as inefficient as a typical Big Bertha's, and it's due to the same idea, right? That over time it just becomes more inefficient. So a 1.6 could be flushing, that 3 gallons per flush.
Wow. Okay.
So those are definitely recommended to change as well.
All right. So let's look at this guy.
Oh
So
man, look how beautiful that is.
so what are we looking at here?
Well, you're looking at the Niagara Stealth 0.8 gallon per flush toilet. So this is the product that we utilize. It has no flapper, so you don't have to deal with those leaks and maintenance issues. It's a top button flush, and it's extremely quiet too. So tenants are typically happier that they're not waking up their spouse at 3 o'clock in the morning when they have to use the restroom. It's very powerful. Niagara tested about a year and a half ago 5 McDonald's cheeseburgers, and it flushed with only 0.8 gallons per flush. So yeah, these are the
Wait.
top of the line toilets here.
Wait, Tony. So they put in five, you said McDonald's cheeseburgers, and in one
Yes,
flush it went down.
one flush. Yep.
So you hit the button
I
one
think it was
time
in
and it went
response.
down.
That is correct. I mean, it's uses a vacuum assist, so it's not like other toilets that use gravity and less water, which obviously you might have to flush that a couple times. This one uses a patented vacuum assist. So essentially, when you press that flush button, it like sucks everything out of that toilet bowl. So yes, 5 cheeseburgers the Stealth can do.
All right, we'll keep going. Keep this one in mind. What do we got here?
Big Bertha.
It's
We got another
big.
Big Bertha over here. This is a Call a Tony toilet. That's what I'll call
All right, so this is another 3.6. And
Yep.
I guess they changed the lid, but the flapper and everything, the box or the everything else is the same. The tank's the same, everything's the same.
Yeah, for the most part, and like I said, they could change flappers on occasion if it's even reported. Typically during make readies when you are touching up some of the units. But regardless, it just depends on the quality of that material, and flappers tend to malfunction after about that 2-year mark. So it's pretty much as a band-aid.
All right, let me see. I don't know if I can get this video to work, but what are we looking at here? Pretend this is dripping. What are we looking at here?
Well, well, it's probably one of the most common things I find when I'm doing these partial assessments for some of my clients in DFW are tub diverter leaks. So as you can see, the drip from that tub spout, over time, the insides of that piece start to deteriorate, which cause these leaks. So this is another thing that we capture as part of our process when we walk 100% of the units to ensure that we're getting maximized savings opportunities for these properties by identifying each unit and what's going on in there, and also having a solution to fix that as well. We do repair these types of leaks. So
Right,
I see these
I figured out the
majority
video.
of properties.
I figured out the video here. Here it goes. So it's off. The video,
Yeah,
it's
completely
turned
off.
off, but it's just going all the time. I gotcha.
Yep, and you can see like near the drain over there. I mean, when the
Right.
residents don't report this and you have no idea what's going on, that's eating into that tub as well.
Right.
So, that's an additional cost, over time there too. So.
All right. Okay. So I think those are all the pictures that you had sent me. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. So let me jump back. So, a lot of times, so people call you sort of at the beginning of the transaction,
Hmm.
and, once let's say, all right, I call you, you say, you give me the estimate and say it's, what's a rough estimate if I'm going to use a per unit estimate to do toilets, shower heads, aerators? You have a rough sort of per unit estimate?
Yeah, so ideally we do our pricing off kits, which would mean per bathroom. So, there's obviously a couple more bathrooms per door in some floor plans, and that is $300 per kit. And that includes toilets, shower heads, aerators, our full assessment to uncover leaks and give you a comprehensive property report, as well as the installation or removal of 50 to 60 bathrooms per day. So, a safe, cost would be around $300 per bathroom.
Okay. All right. So let's say it's a 200 unit property. You got, one, 50%
Hmm.
ones, 50% twos, and then you might,
Hmm.
might be have 300 bathrooms times $300. So $90,000 to sort of get everything done. And then that 90,000, is that installed? That's you guys coming out doing how many units a day did you say?
Yeah, so we do 50 to 60 bathrooms per day. And yeah, that is pretty much what the turnkey cost would be for a project of that size. So all the products, the installation, and the assessment.
Okay. All right. And then, so then let's say you install everything this month, and then do you come out like a year from now, a month from now, and check everything, or do you guys provide any sort of monitoring service throughout the project after you install it?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we actually have water monitoring devices that we could hook up to the master meters of the property. So each property is different. Some have 1 meter for entire property, and some have it per building. But we do have a solution that will help identify, more of the major leaks, not necessarily in the granular level of what unit it is or what fixture it is. But I think in most cases, especially what happened in February, if you had a massive, weather event and you had pipe breaks across the property, I think you would probably want to know immediately, rather than on your next water bill or upon seeing, major damage. So essentially, what it does, it uses an AI algorithm to map the property over the course of about 2 to 3 weeks. And then it actually gives you minute by minute reading data as well as leak forecast data. So we'll show you how much, that leak is costing your property. It's really cool data. It's coming from a great group out of Canada, Alert Labs, and we're very excited to continue rolling them out.
It's great. So Tony, what is the best way for people to reach out to you to learn more, either about maybe getting an initial bid on an
Mhm.
acquisition or even putting these into a property they already own?
Yeah, for sure. You could reach out to me on my email address, which is Cerda, CER, D as in David A at sasconserve.com. You could reach out to me on LinkedIn, where I also have my cell phone number and email. So Tony Cerda, of course. And yeah, I'd be more than happy to, be more of a partner with investors who are looking to, maximize cash flow and asset values, and really just get a handle on water usage.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tony.
Yeah. Thanks, James. Appreciate it.